Daryl, this is Mike at Dynamic, and this video is for you. I want you to know, brother, that God's got a plan in your life, and I got a short little video for you. Hope you'll enjoy it, and it's I think it really will help encourage you and give you a little pep in your step. Amen. All right. Hope you have a great day, Daryl. We're pulling for you, and I'll see you next time you get here.
Chapter 19, verse 1, the Bible said, "And Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done, and withal how he had slain all the prophets with the sword. Then Jezebel sent a messenger unto Elijah, saying, So let the gods, the little g, do to me, and more also, if I make not thy life as the life of one of them by tomorrow about this time. And when he saw that, he arose and went for his life, and came to Beersheba, which belonged to Judah, and left his servant there. But he himself went a day's journey into the wilderness, and came and sat down under a juniper tree. And he requested for himself that he might die, and said, It is enough now, O Lord, take away my life, for I am not better than my fathers. And as he lay and slept under a juniper tree, I don't know if you've ever been under a juniper tree, but I have, Sister Ming. I'm talking, as yeah, there you go, whatever you call it. And I've had some juniper tree experiences, amen. Several days I have enjoyed the juniper tree. But he said there, Behold, then an angel touched him and said to him, Arise and eat. And he looked, and behold, there was a cake baking on the coals, and a cruse of water at his head. And he did eat and drink, and laid him down again. And the angel of the Lord came again the second time, and touched him, and said, Arise and eat, because the journey is too great for thee. And he arose and did eat and drink, and went in the strength of that meat 40 days and 40 nights, unto Horeb, the mount of God. Amen. And so here we see that the angel told Elijah that the journey is going to be too great. You need to rise up, and you need to have some food, Brother Jim, some water and some food. And really the journey, the spiritual journey we have here at Good Shepherd is too great without this meat right here. Amen. Amen. This is our spiritual water, our spiritual lunchbox. Amen. Our fellowship, prayer, everything that we have here at Good Shepherd gives us the strength to continue this journey. And without Bible school, without preaching, without the fellowship, the camp meetings, and everything, dear friend, we wouldn't be able to make it one day, Brother John. Amen. I'm fully convinced of that, Brother Gary. Amen. He said, the angel said, Arise and eat, because the journey is too great for thee. It's too much. You'll not make it, he told Elijah. And Elijah did that. He rose up, he ate, he drank, and he said he went 40 days on that meat and 40 nights. That was enough to carry him through, Brother Jim. But if I pray today, that's not going to be enough to carry me through tomorrow. Every day we have to get up and pray and read and study and meditate and just be grateful for everything that God's done for us. Amen. I guess the strongest point in my life, Brother Chris, is just being thankful. Amen. Every morning, that's probably the icing on the cake for me, is just thanking God for everything that I have. And I mean everything. I don't do like a 10-second thank you. My thank yous might go 10, 15, 20 minutes. I'm thanking for the tires on the truck. I'm thanking, just for everything. The hot water heater working now. I mean, hey, anything and everything I can thank the Lord about, shoes on my feet, clothes on my back, roof over my head, I'm thankful for. But in that early message that we're talking about now, I brought up the fact that fatigue can make the journey too great. Amen? And we do get fatigued, spiritually speaking. Fear can make that journey too great. Failures can make the journey too great. Amen? Failures compounded, every time you have a big, large failure in your life, they add up. Even the small failures, they add up and they add up. And the devil starts poking you on the side and saying, man, you've done it again. You fell again. You did the same thing you did 10 years ago or 2 years ago or 2 months ago. Here you are again. And so fatigue, fear, failures, faithlessness can make the journey too great. And certainly famine can make the journey too great. But this morning, I want to say this, that this is a great journey, Brother Jim. Mm-hmm. That's the thought today. This is a great journey that we're on here at Good Shepherd Baptist Church. Amen? My former life, before I got saved, I don't even want to think about it, Brother Gary. Amen. I went to a friend of mine. When I got out of the Marine Corps, I roomed with a fella for a while, good friend of mine over here in Prospect, or Goshen at the time. He lives on Smith Lane off of 42 now. And his home just burnt down. I think I mentioned that a few months ago, right before Christmas, I guess, or whenever it was. I don't know when it was now. But anyway, he's building back his house. But anyway, he had a box full of my stuff, Brother Chris, from the Marine Corps. Had like a yearbook type deal. You have all the pictures from boot camp. And then I had this photo album in there, Brother David, of photos when I was in Okinawa, Japan. A bunch of photos, And it brought back a lot of memories. And, I enjoyed that thinking back. But really, my old life, everything that happened prior to March 10th, 1996 is just done, as Paul would call it. Amen? My focus today, dear friend, is what makes the journey great. Well, first of all, this is a great journey because we serve a great God. Amen? We serve a great God. He is a great God, dear friend. There's none other. If you look at Isaiah there in chapter 42, 43, and 44, and chapter 45, he said there is none else. He's the only one, dear friend. He's a great God. And just thinking back when I looked at those pictures in that photo album in Okinawa, Japan, just thinking back to all the stuff that I was getting into back then. As a lost young man. And I think, boy, how great he is, Brother Jim. He's a great God. He really is. And so in Psalm 95, verse 1, the psalmist said, "O come, let us sing unto the Lord. Let us make a joyful noise unto the rock of our salvation. Let us come before his presence with thanksgiving." Amen. And make a joyful noise unto him with psalms. And then he says in verse 3, "For the Lord is a great God and a great King above all gods." Amen. I'm telling you, every problem that we have, dear friend, God has a solution for. Amen. Every failure that we go through, every valley, every disappointment that we experience in this life, God has a solution for it. Amen. God will get you to the other side. There is light at the end of the tunnel, but he is the light. Amen. He is that light. And so when I go through hard times now, 25 plus years after I've been saved, Brother John, it's not as much of a struggle because I know I've got a great God that's going to get me to the other side. Those times of discouragement, depression, disappointments, they're not as bad as they used to be because I know God's going to find a solution. He's going to find a way out. Amen. He's going to, dear friend. If we trust and obey, he's going to get us through that. Amen. Now, if you're in the perfect will of God, he'll do that. And then he said, "In his hand are the deep places of the earth. The strength of the hills is also his also. The sea is his, and he made it. And his hands formed the dry land." And then verse number 6 said, "O come and let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker." He's a great God this morning, dear friend. This morning I can put my full faith and trust in him, Brother Paul. Amen. Tomorrow morning I may wake up and just, who knows? I might be in that bouts of depression. I don't know. But right now, God is a great God in my life. Amen. And so in Psalm 145, verse 3, the psalmist said, "Great is the Lord and greatly to be praised." Amen. Isn't that right, Sister Mega? And his greatness is unsearchable. Amen. Matter of fact, he's such a great God, you can't even search it out, Brother Davis. Right. You can't find out how great he is. There's no way of figuring it out. He's just a great God. Amen. I'm just saying the journey is great, dear friend, because we serve a great God.